They said it couldn't be done. They said it wouldn't last. White man, black man. America F1. America F1 coming to you straight from San Francisco, California. Sherman Tillman, Michael Lawler. America F1.
What's up?
What's up, Mike?
What's happening? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute because we had a cancellation,
Stupid
right?
Imola decided just to flood.
You know,
They could have ran.
You think so?
Oh yeah, they would have been hydroplaning down the front straightaway, but that would
The flooding.
it would have turned into a boat race. Yeah,
Actually, our hearts go out to all the people in Imola because I think
sure.
from what I've read, 8 people lost their lives.
Oh shit.
So anytime someone loses their life, I really believe, cancel the event. I mean, people are actually, their lives are being turned over,
and the track was underwater.
Well, that might have made a difference also. But today, we're talking here about the
Monaco
Grand Prix, which was
said
actually pretty freaking good.
It was pretty good. The qualifying was the best part. The race had.
What would you like about qualifying, actually?
That last section Verstappen did, where he just pulled it out of his arse, because he was behind like a couple tenths. And
how far was he behind?
I think he was 2 or 3 tenths or 4 tenths behind.
Did you see they had that little simulation where they show both cars and Alonso's like way over here and they're going like this and Alonso, the first 2 sectors, it's Alonso and he's like that, and then he
just nailed that last sector. Like that's
all
all
come from.
That he's pretty good.
But has there ever been a time when you were racing and you were down and then somehow, some way you found something and you don't really know where, you just locked in?
Yeah,
and you surprise yourself, right?
Well, a lot of times when you do something, it's because you're not trying. Because when you're trying, you overdo it, and it's like one time I qualified on the pole, and I thought I just put in like the slowest lap ever, and it was like, dude, you're up by half a second. I'm like, what?
Like, where'd that come from?
And they're all like, well, what'd you do? And I'm like, I don't know.
I have no idea.
So
that was an amazing qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
And the race, well, I mean, the race was good.
It's all right.
It was good for a Monaco Grand Prix.
It's a Monaco Grand Prix, and Monaco is, I guess, the biggest race of the year, sort of, but the tracks just is what it is.
It's the biggest race for the ambiance. And
they do all the deals.
They
do all the deals then too. All the deals for the following year are usually done at Monaco.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
People, when they're spending money, they want to go to Monaco and hang out on a boat.
Yeah.
You can go gambling there. Ocon is right down the street. I mean, it's a pretty place.
There's soccer. There's basketball going on. Yeah.
There's stuff to do.
European basketball. European soccer.
Okay. Anyways.
And I think Monaco's team is like not the top team. It's like the second.
Like
league, whatever that is. La Liga.
The second league or something.
Yeah, second league. But they have really cool stadium. And
do they?
Their soccer stadium's badass.
All those soccer stadiums are pretty bad.
And their uniforms are tight.
Are they?
No. But in the race, we have Max Verstappen. And we had Fernando Alonso coming in too. Yes!
Alonso!
And
so close. They made that.
Close.
They made that. If they would have put wets on, or inners, they would have won the race. Because Verstappen had a long pit stop. And,
he did.
And he was right there. He was hanging with him for most of that.
He was.
But it's a Monaco race. The only way you're going to pass someone is in the pits. So, except one year, I think it was it Mansell? No, it might have been Mansell at Hungary, or one of the tracks that you're not supposed to pass on. And he passed like 10 people or something.
Who, Mansell?
Yeah,
he was an animal. And a very surprising third. Esteban.
My least favorite Formula One driver.
How did he finish third?
He qualified
Where
good.
did his qualifying lap come from? From that car. How bad that car kind of has been. Because they've been complaining about what the principal of Alpine. He's been
Omar.
He's been talking about like, hey, they're gonna roll if we don't do better. Blah,
he's gonna roll.
And then all of a sudden, Ocon pulls out that lap that no one, even him, he was like, I don't know where it came from.
Because remember, when it rains and Monaco are the two places where the car isn't all that important. So there's no high speed corners and there's no high speed straights. That's where the Red Bull is great everywhere.
Right.
Second, they put the DRS open. It's like they have a jet powered assistance.
It's different.
And they shouldn't be allowed to use it.
Anyways. You know, the insane part is that even though they qualified, like Verstappen barely got him by a hair. Frick, in a race, he won that race by like 20 seconds.
Yeah, because Alonso had to pit twice. That's why.
And therein lies where we go next. Bad strategy. The strategy, I thought, was freaking horrible by a lot of
when he put the slicks on, I was like, what the hell? It's raining. It's like
put the intermediates on, man.
It was like they should have let. What I would have done is what Verstappen did. He stayed out for a while,
right?
And then he hit the wall, and then he's like, okay, I'm coming in now.
Yeah, so, and he was complaining about like I can't keep doing this. Like I need to come in. These tires are done.
Yeah,
like I can't keep doing this. And
but that turned out to be the right strategy, though.
It was. It was perfect strategy for him. But I thought that Alonso would have run the race if they brought him in.
But this happens every year at Monaco, where remember when Ricciardo came in a few years ago and their tires weren't ready, and he's just sitting there like, what on earth is going on? And then they pit Lewis that year,
on
tires, and he didn't need those tires.
I still remember
Pablo's
yesterday. What's crazy is I think out of all 23 races, the strategy of Monaco should be the simplest. But every year,
there's nothing simple about
the year after year.
There's nothing simple about strategy in racing. It's just there's. I mean, we know that Ferrari has some major issue.
Oh, major. And they made another mistake.
And they're new
again.
And they have a new car coming out this week. And guess what it looks like?
Pineapple.
It looks like a Red Bull. The same, just like the new Mercedes.
Yes. You know what was crazy? When I think it was Perez, he crashed his car, and then they had it on the crane.
And you can see the bottom.
The
back end's like that.
Everyone was taking pictures.
They're like, oh, that's why they're going so fast now.
Everybody was taking pictures.
Everybody right now is at work, because in the 80s, the McLaren team came out with one of their cars, and it did this Coke bottle thing at the back that no one was doing. And it was like 2 seconds a lap faster instantly. And then everybody's car did that. And from
Coke adds life.
So if you ever look at the back of a Formula One car, it does that towards the tail.
Okay.
Everyone. Since the 80s. So, and what they did under the car, you saw it. It's like the Mercedes, because they had a picture of the Mercedes and they had a picture of that. And the Mercedes was kind of big in the rear and the Red Bull wasn't. So
everybody's everyone's chasing the floor.
Well, all the cars it's only the second year of these cars, and they all look the same again. They're all going to look just like the stupid Red Bull. And that's not the only thing that floor is flexing. I think that's where they're getting their real speed
again, from. Ferrari with the strategy.
With the what?
Bad strategy, Ferrari again.
They again. I have no idea what the hell's going on with that team, because they came out last year and they were the team to beat. And then all of a sudden, it's like Red Bull, right? No, we're going to win the championship and win all the rest of the races.
And win every race. Yeah.
And won.
What I don't understand is Lewis, from the outside in, I just want everybody to know, this show, America F1, was the first one to talk about Lewis going to Ferrari. Before all these magazines did it, before all these other pundits did it, we here under our conspiracy theory segment talked about Lewis
going to Ferrari.
And now everyone is talking about it.
It's a rumor, and
everybody's talking about it.
Anytime a rumor starts in Formula One, it usually becomes not a rumor anymore.
But do you think, looking at how bad the strategy is and how bad Ferrari seems to manage things, why would he want to go there?
Well, the main reason is the Mercedes isn't going to be any good. I mean, they're a second off the pace anyways. Why not go to Ferrari and see if he can pull a Michael Schumacher over there? Because when Michael went there in 1996, everyone thought he was out of his effing mind. What?
You're not speaking to your microphone.
Anyways,
put that thing up to your
when he went to Ferrari, and it still took him 5 years to get that team.
Would you go? In Lewis's place, put yourself in Lewis's shoes.
I think I would give it a go.
Now you're a well-dressed black man. And I'll call you Sir Mike or Mayor Mike.
Mayor Mike.
Mayor Mike.
Going to run for office 2024.
And now...
Vote for Mike. I'll make it right.
You've been at Mercedes, the team that gave you your
For 10 years. He's been there for 10 years.
And now you have a chance to go to Ferrari to drive the red car.
I think...
Are you doing it, Mayor Mike?
I think he's going to do it. Why not? I mean, because if he stays at Mercedes, they're going to be exactly where they're at right now until 2026.
Is it because everybody left to go to
no,
all these other teams, or is
it's because the car is not going to ever. It's not going to touch the Red Bull. The Red Bull they're a second up on everybody. It's going to take years to catch up, I think. And he can go to Ferrari and maybe revitalize that team because Charles Leclerc ain't doing shit over there. They make so many mistakes with him. And I still have no idea why they got rid of the 4-time world champion to put Sainz in the car. That never made any sense.
And, Vettel made an appearance, too, at Monaco.
He's
running down the...
I think he's going to get a job at Red Bull as maybe take over Helmut Marko's job.
I would love that, actually.
People like him. He's funny.
I just think Vettel needs to be a part of Formula 1. I really do.
I think he needs to be in a car. He's only 35 years old. I mean,
he could come back. I mean, you see what we got. We got Logan Sargent. Did you see him get past?
I told you.
He was the only guy that I saw in the race get past at Monaco. Like 2 people passed him on one turn.
He hit like 3 people, and he hit the wall a couple times.
Poor Logan.
He's not a Formula 1 driver. So
is he even an IndyCar driver?
No.
I mean,
maybe
NASCAR?
he might. Maybe sports cars. Maybe that's where he'll end up at.
Yeah, because Formula 1 ain't it for him.
He's always slower than Albon, and Albon is a B driver at best.
My water's way over there.
I'm
going to go get it too. Next segment is talking about the rain and how the rain made a difference in the race. It actually made the race 10 times better.
I don't know about that, but
because everyone's slipping and sliding, hitting the wall. And Yuki, I'll talk about Yuki when I get back.
You mean
I'm going to grab some water. Do you have your water?
I got water.
Okay.
Are you talking about the former AlphaTauri driver, Yuki?
He's not going
anywhere. He's going. He will be not in that car next year.
Or
$1?
$1. You'll lose another $1 to me. $1.
He's
Yuki
not going to be.
Tsunoda's a good driver, man.
No, he's not.
Not only is he getting the most,
he still makes way too many mistakes.
I was gonna go get my water, but now since you belittled and berated Yuki Tsunoda, my guy, I'm gonna stay here and stand up for Yuki. Yuki's a good driver.
No.
Not only do I like his driving style, he is getting more out of that AlphaTauri than Michael Schumacher could get out of it. That car is a piece of crap. And he's wringing every ounce of performance out of that car.
De Vries is going to drive this Sunday, and then they're going to put Ricciardo back in the car, and then he's going to show you how bad Yuki Tsunoda is.
No, Yuki is good, and what I also love about Yuki, have you ever listened to his radio?
No. I don't care. The guy can't drive. What?
Stop it. You're going to owe me another $1.
No, I'm not.
You are too. The guy can drive. Yuki Tsunoda, hey man, I'm going to
maybe he could drive a milk truck someday. Who knows?
Next month.
Beer wagon, maybe. I don't know about a Formula 1 car.
One's going to be in Austria.
You're going to Austria, really?
Yeah, I am going.
When's the Austrian Grand Prix?
I'm leaving on 26th. It's that week.
Of June?
Of June, yeah.
How long are you gone for?
Just the race week.
Oh, you're only going for a week?
For 1 week. I'm taking the girls.
It's a long airplane ride for a week.
It's
10 hours.
It's like 12 hours.
We're
going to have a layover in Frankfurt for like an hour.
Ew. There's no direct flights?
No direct flights. You know, the thing... Hey, Gavin Newsom.
What about Gavin Newsom? What do you do?
You better get some direct flights to a lot of these places.
Yeah, that's right.
It's ridiculous. This is a it used to be a world-class city, damn it. It used to be a world-class city... And we can't even get direct flights.
Well, Mayor Mike's
going to
take care of this for sure.
Why do I have to go and do a layover in Frankfurt? Why can't I go
that's
from
a hub.
Here?
You could have went to Amsterdam or England, either one.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Why? You're just going to be there for an hour, though.
Vienna.
Are you going to Vienna?
I'm going to stay in Vienna. It's going to be like a 2-hour.
Well, Salzburg. You're not staying in Salzburg?
No, because the kids want to stay in Vienna. It's the major city.
I'd stay in Salzburg for the race weekend and then stay in Vienna. Salzburg's a real pretty little town.
Well, we're gonna visit it because that's where the sound, the music, and all that. So we're gonna visit it. My dears are alive with the sound of
what's next?
music.
Okay, what's the rain?
Our conspiracy theory.
Oh God, there really isn't a conspiracy theory. We let the cat out of the bag months ago.
We did.
That
we're the
Lewis, because I said Verstappen would go to Ferrari. I was sort of kidding. I don't think Verstappen will ever.
I got some really cool glasses.
Okay, Elvis.
Where's yours?
I didn't bring them.
So who's out? Logan Sargent. He's gonna be gone by the end.
One and done.
De Vries, he actually did a little better, but he still hasn't scored a point.
Yeah, I told you after the Spanish Grand Prix, because
that's
what Helmut Marko said already.
I think he's gone.
He's been like.
I'd love to see Ricciardo back.
I don't understand. He drove such a great race last year at the Monza race.
Do you think it's the car? Because not many people. In the beginning of the year, we were talking about maybe it's the car because nobody else other than our boy Norris can drive that car. Everybody else.
No. Pastrami is doing pretty good.
Pastrami.
He's closer, but I don't think the car suited Ricciardo's driving style, and he was burning his tires out. That's why he was going so slow.
So if Ricciardo goes to AlphaTauri and replaces...
Oh, that's already going to happen. They don't say stuff in the press.
You think he's going to beat Yuki?
Oh, yeah. He'll wax him.
Right out the gate?
Right out of the box.
I'll bet you another $1 he won't.
I'll bet you $2 he will.
$2 kind of high. That's a lot of money right now.
Big money.
That's big money. I'll go with $1, another $1. All
right.
So what's our dollar bets? Come on, get your hands up. Get your hands up. What's our dollar bets so far?
That Yuki's not going to be in the car next year. And
which he will.
That Ricciardo is going to wax him.
Which he won't.
Whatever. What's next? Because there's not a lot of conspiracy theories this weekend.
No.
There's not a lot of silly season stuff going on yet either.
You want to talk about the Spanish Grand Prix, and you said they changed.
They went back to the original configuration. There's not that hoopty chicane at the end of the lap, before the pits.
Well, is that going to help with passing?
Oh yeah. When you go down the front straightaway, especially when the DRS opens. I mean, especially for the Red Bull, because it's a high speed corner leading onto the track.
This track is where they usually do testing, correct?
Yeah, this is the track that if your car is good there, it's usually good everywhere because they have everything there. Mm-hmm. They have high speed corners, medium speed corners, and then they had the chicane, which is going to be gone, thank God. When they put it in, I remember they put it in to slow everybody down. Yeah. It was like, what the hell? This is a hoopty. Even on the video game, it's a lame.
So it's a car.
Lame. What?
It's a car.
What?
A hoopty.
A hoopty is a car. Yeah.
So it's a shitty car.
But the corner is a really hoopty corner.
But that's not a car.
But it's the same word. It's the same thing. It's lame. It's lame. Anyways.
Typically, I hate the Spanish Grand Prix. In years past, it's been so freaking boring.
The conspiracy theory we should talk about is what's going to happen at Alpine.
What's going to happen?
The chairman of the board is not happy with the performance of that team. Because it turns out they're spending like real money on that team.
They are.
They
stepped up.
They don't have good drivers. I don't know.
Oh, come on. You telling me Gasly's not a good driver?
Gasly he didn't even make it through 1 year at Red Bull.
That was a long time ago, Mike. Guys won a race since then. Guys are pretty consistent.
He got lucky at Monza. Did the Mercedes break that day or something? Oh, that's right. That's the day that Verstappen drove over.
That's when he drove over Lewis.
Lewis. I forgot about that.
But he's a good driver. He's consistently in the points. He beat Ocon last year when he first came to the cars, so that says a lot about him.
They're both. If they have,
I'm not an Ocon fan, but
I'm sorry, but if you put Lewis or Verstappen on that team, I guarantee you, or even Alonso, he'd bring half second of the car.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and you just stepped in some shit, and you got shit on your shoe,
no,
and I'm going to tell you,
I don't.
I am tired of people comparing average Formula One drivers.
That's a good way to put it.
Hamilton, Verstappen,
Ocon, and Gasly, very average.
Schumacher, Vettel, Fernando Alonso. They ain't him. Okay? They ain't him. Stop comparing Ocon to Lewis Hamilton. Give me a break. Spell that man's name right. Give him some... He's Ocon. He's Esteban Ocon. He is not Lewis Hamilton.
He's not.
Pierre Gasly. He is not Fernando Alonso.
That's a good point.
Okay? But compare them with their peers. They're good drivers, but are they better than good? Because these other people are once in a lifetime type talents. These other guys are. Can we be in Formula One for 5 or 10 years? Right? Am I right?
I guess so.
Okay, so let's compare him to the other. At least he's won a race.
Well, no, that's the problem.
Both of them. You know that, right? Ocon's won a race, and Gasly's won a race.
That's the main
my
problem.
Guy Norris
with that
hasn't
team.
won a race yet.
That's the main problem with that team. They are putting the money in. The Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes are, and they just don't have the driver talent to do anything.
I think you're under repping Gasly at least.
And why did
Ocon? I might.
Why did Alonso, within like seconds, when he found out that Vettel was leaving Aston Martin, ran over there and said, "Hey, I want to drive your car"? Because
he had a meeting with the owner, Mr. Stroll.
Because he knew.
And I'm going to call him Mr. Stroll because he's a billionaire.
Lawrence.
I'm calling him Mr. Stroll.
Let's call him Larry.
I'm not doing that because he may give me a job one day. So I'm calling him Mr. Stroll. Mr. Stroll.
Yeah, that happened.
And he said, Vettel's leaving. We're going to put money in this team. We're going to develop the hell out of this car. We got a good car next year. You need to come on over here.
I have no idea. All I know is Alonso left that team because he knew that that's all they had.
On display is what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
All-time great versus a guy who's an average or below. Look how Alonso is treating Lance Stroll. He's beating him like he ate. Not only did he steal something, he stole the silverware, he stole the plates, he stole the napkins, he stole the Tupperware. I mean, he's beating that boy like a drum.
And
it's not even close.
Honda just confirmed they're going to be their engine supplier. Who knows how much money that's going to bring?
Aston Martin, give me some hoodies I could wear because just those green ones. I mean, come on, at least give me some.
They do got green. I like the green.
Yeah, give me. Make the sweatshirts a little bit better.
Bro. I'm just wondering, are they gonna call it Aston Martin or are they gonna call it Honda?
It would be called Aston Martin Honda, wouldn't it?
I don't know, because somebody just bought a bunch of stock from Lawrence. A Chinese company bought into the Aston Martin. They
Formula One team.
Yeah, into the motor car company.
Okay.
And so he doesn't own as much of the stock anymore, but he's still the chairman of the board.
Well, I'll bet you that he's just getting some of his money back. Like you sell off a piece.
Well, he's Well, I mean, he did bring.
Still need a bigger yacht,
We'll call the Aston Martin team. It's really the Jordan team, but that's always been that team. Always hit above its pay grade. Always, they always had good people there. They always had a really good driver lineup.
I think Lance Stroll's best.
He's not.
Wait, his best finish this year is probably what, 6? I think 6.
He's so far behind Alonso. It just shows you how bad he is.
But it also shows how good the top tier drivers are compared to just the average Formula One driver.
Well, they say that Alonso brings half a second to the car. Just him.
And Ham does it, and then Verstappen does it, and Vettel did it.
But still, that's insane. That's for
because let me segue. Do you think George Russell is on that tier of Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso?
It's him,
and Max Verstappen. Do you think so?
Him, Leclerc,
and
Norris, Lando,
and they're right there, right? But they're not on that level.
They're all
a little bit below, right?
I don't think so. I think they're all pretty good.
But they're not on the championship guys level.
They are.
You think so?
Especially Leclerc, because
But he's not consistent.
He waxed Vettel though. That's what got Vettel fired, was him doing better than he did.
But he's not consistent.
I think he's very consistent. He's just in the team lets him down so much.
Yeah. But you're right.
Those 3 guys, if you watch them drive, Their cars don't wobble through the center of the corner like the Ocons and Gasly's of the world, or the Yuki Tsunoda. Jesus, that guy's wobbles
Yuki.
on. Anyways,
Yuki. Spell that man's
top,
name right.
The top guys, if you ever hear the announcers say that they're easy on their tires, what that means is they're not making a lot of mistakes.
Okay.
That's why Lewis is so good.
Right.
He can consistently keep his car on the track longer on a set of tires than basically everybody in Formula One, and that's a huge edge. Yeah. A huge edge. So,
and he's beaten Russell pretty good so far.
No, they're pretty even. Russell's been beating him pretty good this year.
Well,
but the car sucks.
Qualifying again.
But the car sucks. It doesn't matter.
And I think
that's why I think he's going to go to Ferrari next year. So
I think they changed the seating, like because he was saying he was too far forward in front of the front wheels, and that wasn't what he's used to. And he told them all the way back in fitting, this is not the way to go, and they didn't listen.
Because the new guy, the guy who they just replaced with James Allison's back in the job. That was his car.
They fired him, right?
No, he's still there.
He's not
the technical director anymore. James Allison is. That's why you see the car now, and it looks like the goddamn Red Bull because that's the car that works the best. So
it's good. We're going to see a lot of the updates in the Spanish.
Yeah,
Grand
but their
Prix.
car's screwed because they can't. They have to make a new tub to really fix the design, and they can't do that
because that's only something you can do.
And
in
it's
the beginning.
a lot of money.
Take the only 10% penalty. Go over and fix it.
They can't. They're not going to do that.
We gave Red Bull 10%,
and then they come out with they only lost. They lost 10% of their wind tunnel, and it was like so.
It's like thanks. We're still going to kick your butt.
Yeah, but it's not like the old days when you could there was no limits on wind tunnel testing. Like Ferrari has like 2 or 3 wind tunnels, and during the Schumacher era, they had those things running 24/7. They could, if they had a new bit to the car, they could go to Fiorona and just put a new set of tires on. Supposedly, one year they spent $200 million on tires.
You know what time? Maybe we. What would be cool is the race Sunday. We should do like a live commentary. I'll come over to your house. We'll set everything up.
And we'll just watch the race.
And we'll just watch the race.
I can't do it Sunday. I gotta go. I'm working.
What?
Yeah, I work on Sundays.
You're getting a new job.
I'm not getting a new job.
He needs a new job?
No, I'm going to be the mayor of San Francisco.
Well, okay. I don't even know if you would want that job. There's so many things to fix here. Why would anybody?
Because if I did fix them, I already know how to fix the homeless problem. That's easy.
Stop giving them money.
How about not let them live on the goddamn street? That would be one thing.
Like force them off the street?
The tent thing is the dumbest thing ever. We have laws in this town for loitering and vagrancy, and
they don't.
And then when we catch people doing drugs on the street, right to 850 Bryant, you get your own cell. I'm gonna give you 1 bologna sandwich and an apple a day. You will never do drugs in San Francisco again. I guarantee it.
Mayor Mike, people. On that note, Spanish Grand Prix this weekend.
It's gonna be if a brick doesn't fall from outer space and hit one of the Red Bulls.
A brick from
outer space.
All right.
That's the only thing that's going to stop the Red Bulls.
I've heard that. Checo, is he back in his place like he thought he could challenge Max, the champion, Verstappen? And Max said, man, are you kidding me?
It's in his contract to move over.
Are you kidding me?
Now.
Let me show you what I'm about.
He's so lucky to be in that seat.
Don't make any waves. Get your couple wins that you're going to get a year because you're not going to win too many. Get your couple wins at usually
he's probably
road
making
tracks.
really good money.
And you're making good money,
and he's got a side piece. He's got a side piece that we know about.
Got a good life going.
He gets to fly on his own jet everywhere.
Don't
Come on
rock
now.
the boat. Just be the number 2. And if you can one day string some wins together,
okay, because look at it this way.
That'd be great.
The Red Bull is going to be dominant for 23, 24, and 25. No one's going to have anything in those years. It won't happen until 26 when the new engine regulations come in.
And the FIA basically has said, well, we're not going to do anything to the car like they did to Merck. Every time Merck had an update, they'd say, oh, this is wrong, you got to change it. Oh, that's wrong, you got to change it. They're not doing that to Red Bull.
Because Red Bull hasn't been caught doing anything. Mercedes got caught doing that.
Everybody's
cheating. There's no such thing as we're going to do the rule book. That's why I love NASCAR is the greatest. It used to be the greatest sport for innovation.
Well, I want to end on, did you see the Indianapolis 500?
Of course.
You see that crash. Now,
the one with the upside down dude?
Yes. Now, I didn't even focus on the upside down crash. You know what I focused on?
What?
That tire going almost into the stands. That was scary.
That's how people die at races.
That was scary. Can you imagine?
They have them tethered to the car, but it's like
how'd that freaking tire shoot from there?
Because they're
over the barrier, all the way up over the stands.
They're going 230 miles an hour, and they barely to get those things to slow down.
That was a bad crash.
I mean, yeah, and you saw him in the car, and he's just like upside down, sparks flying everywhere, and he's playing with his helmet, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
how'd you like how that race finished? I mean, I was actually pulling for Ericsson. He had been back to back in the
but Ericsson made a boo boo.
And
he made a mistake going into the first and second turn, and that's why homeboy got by him.
But I also think it shows you how good even the average or even below average Formula One driver is, because we have about 3 or 4 of them in IndyCar right now. Ericsson's leading the points.
Well, Ericsson's a lot better than we thought he was.
And he never won a race. He wasn't even close to winning a race in Formula One.
Yeah, but he drove for the Caterham team and Sauber. He had no chance of
winning. Yeah, but it never gave him the opportunity to move up. He never showed enough promise where they're like, okay, we'll take him.
Well, yeah, it's like he was like a Ocon or a Gasly.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had Rossi's in there. We have Grosjean's
Rossi
in there.
he never really got
a chance.
No.
I think out of all the American, I think he's better than Logan Sargent, for sure.
Oh, we'll never know because he's not in Formula One. He was
in Formula.
No, he was in the Manor team. He drove 5 or 6 races.
That is Formula One.
I know, but it's like he wasn't really.
But they didn't give. That's what I'm saying.
That was such a hoopty car. It wasn't
give him a shot.
But
I thought he deserved it.
But they did no. The reason they didn't give him
the
reason they didn't give him a shot is because IndyCar came along and said, "Hey, look, do you want to drive at the back of the field or the front of the?"
Yeah.
And his first Indy 500, he was in. He won the race.
Yeah, he did.
So
that concludes today's Monaco review Grand Prix show.
And
next week we have our Spanish Grand Prix show.
No, Spanish is on Sunday.
Yeah, next week we're going to do the show after because you are working.
Or we could just go to after. Don't watch the race in the morning. Come over and we'll do it at night, and we'll just watch the replay. Because I got YouTube TV now.
I cannot watch replays. I like watching the race. I wake up early.
Do you really wake up at 4 o'clock to watch these races? I haven't done that in a long time.
Well, right now, because ESPN has the rights, the races seem to come on at 8 o'clock no matter what. A.m. no matter what.
Really?
Or 6 a.m. no matter what. They used to be we have to wake up at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I do it.
That was before the DVR era. I mean, in the 90s, that's when I was watching the race. Because you had to. There was the only time they were on.
Yes. Yeah.
But now it's like I just got YouTube TV.
Which is good.
Which is better than Camcast, because Camcast is a ripoff.
YouTube TV, we'll give a shout out to YouTube TV, even though we're not getting paid from them, and they should pay us.
They should pay us.
They're better than every cable company going.
Really? Just because
don't you think?
I don't know.
Unlimited DVR.
Yeah,
you can
that's
share
right.
with
That's
friends.
Right. Oh, really? You can?
So if I have the subscription, I can hook up 5 other friends.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it's unlimited DVR.
Unlimited. You can you can have all your shows,
and it's going to be there
forever, and as many shows as you want.
Huh? That's way better than Comcast.
Way better.
They were charging me $226 a month for cable. They were charging me almost
Grand Prix,
almost double. And when I called them and canceled it, they didn't even offer me a better deal.
They're supposed to.
But she didn't even. It was nothing. She's like, I'm like, how much am I paying for the? And I had a phone, a landline that I never heard. I never knew.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And my mom wants to get Comcast cell phone, and me and my brother are like, what the?
Don't do it.
And she's like, and she started to get a little yappy with me, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, but get Comcast.
A little yappy.
Anyways, on that note.
Anyway, on that note, keep on racing.
Just remember, vote for Mike, 2024, November 5th.
Mayor Mike. Right.